Dexter the Blade Jackson, one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. He seems to be the talk of the town ever since he released the information that he will be retiring at the following Mr. Olympia event, the 2020 Mr. Olympia event, if it does even happen. But anyway, guys, this is the Tampa Pro version of Dexter 2019. And of course, he is beside the 2020 Arnold Classic version, his most recent, and perhaps it's possible his last ever version. And it's possible that this Tampa Pro is his last ever win. Because, of course, he did win this event. Placed ahead of Sandow? Eugene Sandow? No. That would be foolish. Luke Sandow. But anyway, guys, this is, for the lack of a better term, a front relaxed position. But we're not going to be judging this, although I do see a lot of things here that I could be discussing. The distended stomach in the Tampa Pro version. He is so full. Anyway, guys, there's no symmetry round. And the muscularity round begins with a terrible picture. This is a screenshot for the Tampa Pro. Gosh darn it, couldn't find a picture of a front double bicep. But we're going with this. This is the only screenshot, though, saving grace. His stomach, like I said, he is so full. But at what cost do you get that full at? Well, he has bigger arms and bigger legs. Well, maybe not the arms, but I think the display is maybe taking some size away from his arms. But look at the legs. They were much bigger at the Tampa Pro, and the lats. But it's hard to gauge that from this here shot, being a screenshot and all. And I hate beginning with that. I don't want to turn some of you guys away or turn you off of this channel because of shabby picture quality. Let's have a look at the front lat spreads, and these are better pictures, of course. And I do look for the best pictures for you guys. These are worth it. Much bigger, much fuller at the Tampa Pro. Can you imagine that? He definitely got lean, more leaner. I mean, he beat Big Rammy, for goodness sakes, at the Arnold Classic, so you can't say he did anything wrong. His stomach was much smaller, much more defined, but like I said, at what cost? His legs were down. And could that be contributed to his elderly age? Well, I don't know. He was old at the Tampa Pro, too. I just think he just was fuller. And, you know, your muscles get bigger when you're fuller, but so does your stomach. So at what cost, guys? The side shots, there is no side tricep comparison, but it doesn't really matter. You can gauge a lot of information just from the side chest. And gosh darn it, I believe the Tominator mentioned a couple of times that the lighting, it's so terrible. I mean, these guys are dark as it is. So make the background light like it is here at the Tampa Pro. No, they have to make it black. And you cannot gauge just how trim that waistline is for the Arnold Classic version. Much fuller at the Tampa Pro, like I said. Hate to sound like a broken record, but it's true. Look at the arms, the delts, and it's not just the picture display. His delts and his triceps are just busting out at the Tampa Pro. Just massive. So really, it's a pick'em, whatever version of Dexter you do prefer. Now, this is what I've been waiting for, the back shots. And it is a terrible picture for the Tampa Pro. Not a great picture selection, I guess you could say. But this is a tilted one. You can gauge conditioning, I guess. It's similar, very similar, actually. And I think if he was tilted thusly, you could see the leg size advantage for the Tampa Pro. But as Mikey's Iron Rage says, but I digress. And that's an Italian thing. Sophie Petrello, I believe, also said that from Golden Girls, one of my favorite shows. But anyway, this is not a sitcom reminiscing channel. This is a bodybuilding YouTube channel. And the rear lat spreads. This is a telling tale, guys. Like I said, he was fuller. And at what cost? Well, no cost when it comes to the back shots. Because when you do fill up, I believe when you do fill up the day of the event, or even a day before if it doesn't catch up to you, you can really fill up and still look hard and just as or more conditioned from behind. So the gut is taken right out of the equation. So being full, it is an advantage in all the back shots, I think. The lower back seems tighter. The glutes even seem tighter and bigger, fuller. And when you're depleted, your abs look a lot better, but all your muscles, they suffer from this. They're not as vascular, they're not as big. So really, it's a pick'em, whichever version you prefer. But I don't think anybody in the world would pick the Arnold Classic version in this comparison. Although food for thought, his lower lat insertions appear to be a little bit thicker, could be leaning back. Either way, this is a full version versus a more of a depleted version. Now this one is the most telling tale of all. I could have did an entire video just based on this pose here. The ab muscles themselves are smaller. He really prepped himself to get lean, I believe, and worked on his midsection. More so than just being full here at the Arnold Classic, he really did some detailing work. But it is true, he is much fuller. You can see from the legs, look bigger, more vascular. Look at the lats, for goodness sakes. But you cannot ignore the stomach of the Tampa Pro. He probably sat and ate 7 bowls of rice. Just ate and gorged and gorged. You can carb up, but you need to eat some Fiberlize and poop some of that out before the event. Anyway, guys, the most muscular, if the ab and thigh favored the Arnold Classic, which it did clearly, then the most muscular and the back shots, things of that nature, are going to favor the Tampa Pro version. You can even see, with the terrible lighting of the Arnold Classic, his stomach is concaved. It's an inward stomach, and that's a good thing. And at the Tampa Pro, it's an outsy. That's not a good thing. But look at the size of his delts, muscles, traps, just everything. Clearly better in the Tampa Pro version. For some of the poses, that is. Well, guys, I'll let you be the judge of this one. I don't judge these ones like the Dexter Jackson of 2008 versus this Arnold Classic version. I didn't judge it. I was just seeing the differences. And clearly from the front, and when the stomach and the midsection is the most vulnerable part of the pose, then the Dexter Jackson of 2020 would be the victor. But all these back shots, I'm here to tell you, Dexter Jackson 2019 Tampa Pro, one of his best versions, one of his best, most recent versions, I should say. Perhaps his last win on the IFBB stage. Only time will tell, I guess. Anyway, guys, hope you liked this little comparison. Hit a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, guys.